Tonight, the children who have finished their primary certificate exam can breathe a sigh of relief. One big part of their education is over. They finished an important examination. And what an important one it was. That is, if the deployment was anything to go by. You see, the entire cabinet was deployed to schools around the country to distribute examination material. As a matter of fact, a whole cabinet meeting scheduled for Tuesday was cancelled so that these men and women could go around distributing papers and generally being around schools. This show of might, of VIPs, convoys, government officials and armed guards was a bit confusing, considering the amount of energy the government has spent trying to convince all that exams are not a matter of life and death, that we've now moved to 100% transition and that the exams are not the high-stakes game that they once were. We've even stopped ranking of schools to completely strip away the spotlight on these exams. But somehow, the retinue of top government officials still finds some value, whatever it is, in trooping to schools to the amazement and wonder of 13 and 14-year-olds who would do well with less intimidation. I mean, think about it. You're just but a small boy or girl, and you only see these top government officials on television, if you're lucky, or hear them on radio, or maybe never at all. And then on the most consequential day of your primary school education, lo and behold, the high and mighty make their landing, loaded with all official dome, bodyguards, big cars, and the sheer aura of power. We've all done exams, and we know that those final moments before an exam are usually an intensely personal affair. That is the time you want to recollect your thoughts and calm your nerves, perhaps say a prayer. The last thing you want is this kind of distraction. I only wish this collegial approach would be witnessed in all matters affecting the education sector. I don't remember seeing all these cabinet secretaries during the launch of the new curriculum CBC. I only remember a lonely Professor Magoha explaining himself hoarse in the face of a confused public and a hostile union. Wouldn't it have sent a more powerful message to the country if the deputy president, perhaps even the president, maybe the entire cabinet had shown up at this critical hour when a whole education system was being overhauled? What is more important, a 3-day exam or a whole education system that will affect millions of children over several decades? You see, to me, all these threats and ultimatums and the final takeover of examination centers by government functionaries smacks of an insatiable obsession with on-camera spectacles, obviously aimed at grabbing headlines and social media mentions. You know, you can always prevent cheating without being so dramatic. So, on effort, the hard-working, container manning and exam distributing cabinet gets an A. But on judgment, they get an E flat. That is my take tonight.